Do I look like I live with my parents?
First impression?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was the cat shirt.
I'm Truth. I'm 16 years old and I'm a student.
I'm Isla. I'm 26 years old and I am in between jobs right now.
You're unemployed.
That's another way you could say that.
Do you live with your parents, Emily?
I do not. We tend to butt heads quite a bit, and there was a big blowout one night, and I left and I never came back.
I did like living with my family. It's just, I think I have a much more westernized perspective. I come from a culture where like you very much live with your parents well into adulthood.
Today you're guessing if adults still live with their parents.
Oh, that sounds like it can get offensive real fast. Is it just like adults, not like teenagers?
No teenagers.
And yet they still live with their parents?
Physically, what are indicators that you're looking for today?
Either people on the younger side or people that look like they don't leave the house.
If they're an adult living with their parents, they're usually gamers or Twitch streamers.
What kind of questions might you ask?
If you had a $100 bill right now, what would you spend it on? That kind of clues into me what their priorities are. And if they're saying things like, oh, you know, clothing, blah, I'm like, you still live with your mom, bro.
Okay, you ready to meet your first person?
Yup.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Case.
Off first glance, I'm gonna say you live with your parents.
You have like a baby face. I don't know, you look like you're still like a child at heart, and you're probably like a mama's boy.
Did you shave your beard today? Like, I don't know.
This is how I do it.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
My first initial read is he does not live with his parents. He probably has a really tough blue-collar job, and you probably love your independence, which is really hard to have.
What are your hobbies?
I shoot stills as a hobby, and I do motion picture as the job.
People who do photography and like videography, I feel like that kind of seems like they don't make that much money. You know, like if you're like shooting like Grammy-winning movies.
Oscars,
maybe.
but yeah,
Oscars.
I've done a
same
few.
thing. Oh, you shot Oscar movies.
I've worked in production on them, yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with your parents?
Yes, especially now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lives with his parents.
After hearing that you worked on Oscar-winning movies, I don't think you live with your parents.
I still want to say you don't live with your parents.
You are not right.
Oh, okay.
I live with my parents.
Oh my God! What are you talking about? Why?
Last year, if you weren't aware, there was a major strike. I didn't have any place to go and there were no things shooting. And this is like my only stable address is my parents' house, so
Yeah.
I've been living there about a year.
And your parents were like, you can come stay with us.
They have a guest bedroom and they still like me.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations, 36 and your parents still like you?
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
So are you working to get out of the house or?
I know I'll get out of the house.
So
I know
right
I'm
now
gonna
it's
get a call.
just to save money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, housing's
Okay.
expensive. Like,
Okay.
I could get an apartment or I can just save money and then when the next thing calls, I'll go.
Okay, thank you, Case.
Thank you.
Based off your appearance, you look like an independent woman.
You just don't look like you live with your parents.
What makes you say that?
Full beat, the gold, the fit, like you look very independent.
What do you do for work?
I'm a social worker.
I hope you don't take offense to this statement. But in social work, you know, it's not known for being paid handsomely.
Does your job pay you pretty well?
Yeah, I would say so. I do have a savings, and then I don't have any college debt.
Is most of your money going to your savings?
I would say a good portion of it does.
I think you do live with your parents. You have a good amount in your savings, and it's really hard to do that if you're paying rent because rent is ridiculous.
I think that you still live with your parents.
I think you don't live with your parents.
That is incorrect. I live with my parents.
Oh my God, this is literally like a setup. Like, oh my God.
I grew up with food stamps, and my parents were able to build a really beautiful life right after I graduated from college. So
I'm entitled to some of that.
Yeah, they definitely upgraded, and I wanted to be a part of it and extend my childhood a bit, you know?
yeah.
Would you like to meet my mom?
Oh, your mom's here. Bring her out.
Do you enjoy having your daughter live with you?
Enjoy? Not necessarily. But because she grew up with teen parents, I figure let her enjoy now that we are in a better place.
Do you pay your parents any kind of rent?
I do pay rent, but nothing compared to like what people usually spend.
Yeah.
How long you gonna let her be lavish like this until she gotta move out?
She has to buy a house pretty soon.
Has to.
Yes, because once she leaves, she cannot come back.
What if she's out in the world, she got married like you wanted, she got her own house, but then no prenup, she gets 50% taken away, and then she has to go back living at home with that? You'd never let her?
No.
Oh.
I feel like you don't take a risk and you don't work harder if you know that you have a backup plan.
So you don't want to
So
get
you
the
have to be on
backup
survival mode.
plan. Okay. And that's how you got where you are?
That's how I got where I'm at.
Your mom seems sweet, but like a little scary. Like I'm nervous and you're not even my mom. Yeah.
What's your name?
Beverly.
Beverly. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice name. You look like you have yourself really put together. I see the gold necklace.
Can I see your hands?
Yeah.
Are you married? Engaged?
It's a promise ring.
A promise ring. Is it a promise ring because of religion, or is it a promise ring just because like
Relationship.
Are you religious?
I am religious. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Catholic.
Are you Hispanic?
Yes.
That's another culture where people typically are okay living with their parents.
Are you in school or do you work?
I'm both full-time student and full-time worker.
That's crazy.
I know, girl. I'm trying to be
Good
a
for
lawyer.
Wow.
Are both of your parents together still?
They're divorced.
They're divorced? Despite your parents being divorced, I still think that you live with one of your parents.
I think you have the capability of living on your own, but I think you're really smart and you're Catholic, and I don't think your parents would necessarily approve of you living with like your significant other. So I think you do live with your parents.
You don't look like someone that is taken care of by their parents. Am I right?
No.
Oh. Frick, no, I forgot to think about this. Okay, first of all,
Okay.
I'm half Asian, so I'm not being racist.
Okay.
But Asians love to stay with their parents. I don't know why. If they don't stay at home, then they move to a different house and bring their parents with them.
Yeah, you think I'm Asian?
Oh, are you not Asian?
No.
Oh my god. Wait, what? You look
Asian?
real Asian,
I
girl.
know. I've gotten that a lot.
What are
actually.
you?
I'm Hispanic, so I'm Mexican.
Oh, is that why you live with your parents? Like same kind of ideals, or?
Yeah, I grew up on them telling me, hey, you can't move out of here until you're like married or like engaged, so.
Tell your boyfriend, get on it.
Girl, I've been trying.
Get
I've
on
been
it. So nice to meet you,
Nice to
Beverly.
meet you too.
These people are like changing my perspective on like people who live with their parents.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name?
Daniel, what's
Daniel.
yours?
Emily.
Hi, Emily. Do I look like I live with my parents?
First impression?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it was the cat shirt.
Off the bat, I'm so sorry. I feel like you live with your parents.
Why do you think that?
Your shirt.
Okay.
Based on how you're dressed, like cool cat shirt, you look like you maybe like to play video games or you work like from home or something. Am I totally wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like
yeah.
completely wrong?
I don't play video games and I don't work from home.
Do you work?
Yes. I am a producer and a host at a radio station.
If you had $1,000 right now, what would you spend it on?
Save it.
That was a sensible ass response. I don't think you live with your parents.
No, I'm sticking with my guess. I think you live with your parents.
Okay.
Am I right?
No.
No?
No.
Do you live by yourself?
With a cat, but yeah.
Yeah.
When did you move out of your parents' home?
Moved out probably about 18 actually.
Wow, okay.
We differ on politics and worldview, if you will. So that type of energy will keep me down. But it is nice to see them when I see them, for sure.
Yeah.
But on certain terms.
Hi.
Based on appearance, I don't think she lives with her parents. You walked in here with a confidence about you that I feel like independent people have.
How old are you, first of all?
I'm 25.
Did you go to college?
I did.
So what did you major in?
Child development.
Oh. Wait, like child development, like doctor-wise?
No.
Yeah.
Like working with kids in like a preschool or something like that.
Oh, so you're like a teacher.
I don't do it anymore.
So then what do you do?
Right now I'm in between jobs.
Oh.
What brings you to Seattle?
I'm going through a divorce.
Got it.
Yeah.
I am gonna go back on my first thought. I'm gonna say that you live with your parents because unemployed. So you
I'm
don't.
not unemployed. I'm in between jobs.
So in between jobs, I'm gonna say that maybe you do live with your parents because like, how would you be paying for like anywhere to live if you're not making money as of right now?
Now I'm thinking, because of the divorce, you might live with your parents.
There's something about you that's telling me that you don't. I don't know what it is. If you do, it's probably recent. Do you live with your parents?
I do.
Is it recent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom's actually here.
Oh, she's here.
Did you want to talk to her?
Oh, is she coming in?
She's coming.
Oh,
Yes.
hello. I could talk to her.
Oh wow, you guys look a lot alike. I see it.
What would you say is like your favorite thing about her being home and your least favorite thing?
I like knowing that she's like home safe at night. The worst thing I would say is that she's not a kid. She's an adult.
What does that imply?
Well, when somebody is a child, some of the things that they do are cute.
Oh! Is it kind of like hygiene wise? Like, does she just leave dirty socks around and the dishes in the sink or what?
Dishes.
I do not.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Mom.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Charlotte.
Nice to meet you
Awesome.
both.
Nice to meet you.
Based off of the appearance, immediately I want to say no, that you do not live with your parents.
Right off the bat, I do not think that she lives with her parents. You just look kind of like independent woman, like girl power.
She's so put together. It's like an air of like maturity and sophistication that makes me think you do not live with your parents, despite, again, my association of like the cultural understanding of like Asian and Hispanic cultures living together.
Do you have a good relationship with your parents?
It's decent.
Decent?
It's decent.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you born in the US?
I was born in China, but we moved here when I was like 12 years old.
That would make me believe that you are not as westernized as I am necessarily. I think I'm gonna go back on what I guessed and say that you do still live with your parents.
I don't think you live with your parents. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I live with my grandparents actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My grandpa has late set Alzheimer's and my grandma is 86. My grandpa's 90.
Wow.
So I'm their sort of official caretaker.
That feels like cheating. This is not fair. Because it's not, it's not like you're depending on them. You're caring for them.
Well, in a way, but like when you're living together, you don't really spend your own expense, right? You share meals, everything's like pooled together.
Oh.
So nothing is coming out of my pocket.
Well,
so.
that's awesome that you take care of your grandparents, and I'm sorry to hear about your grandpa's late stage Alzheimer.
Yeah.
What's up, dog?
How's it going?
I like your sleeve.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think he lives with his parents, based on his appearance. I think you brought him here to throw people off because he's in a chair, but I'm in a chair, and I know that you don't need to live with people when you're in a chair.
Oh boy, this is a tough one. Have you always been in a wheelchair?
No, I've been in a wheelchair for about 17 years.
Do you mind me asking why?
I had a construction accident where a wall fell down on me and messed me up real good like.
There probably was a lawsuit involved that possibly could have given you a payout. Is that true?
That is true, but nothing like it.
Nothing worth
It held me out for a few years, and then
Okay.
it was back to school was the ultimate path that kind of came after the money was gone.
Based off of what you just told me, I think you were back living with your parents while you're going to school. Am I right?
You are so very wrong.
Fuck me.
I like to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, and like that just I found this.
Were
not
you like
really-
in a frat in college?
Not at all.
You
No,
look. You
so
sound like
far.
you were in a frat in college.
I graduated high school. I bought a van. I lived in it, and I snowboarded professionally for like 5 years, and then got a real job. And that construction job broke my spine, put me in a wheelchair. But as soon as I like got out of the hospital after a year, I was still just running hard. So
Your chair is beat up, so I know that you're throwing that thing in and out of the car by yourself.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
mine is the same.
Do people make assumptions about you living with your parents at all?
I think like people have the assumption that I probably live with my parents or I'm somewhat dependent on them just at first glance, but I love seeing that look in their eyes, like when they go to try to hold the door open for me and I'll just blast out of it, like myself, rip it open, blast out, and then shoot down the sidewalk at top speed. Like I just love seeing that jaw drop. But yeah, I think quite often there's an assumption that I'm living at home.
I usually have people in chairs come up to me because I'm in a chair and then they want to talk about how depressing it is and how we can't do this and we can't do that. And I'm like, dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You got to do it differently, but you can do it.
So
It
good
was,
meeting you.
yeah, it was really nice meeting
Yeah,
you.
you have a good rest of your day.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Truth.
Aaliyah, nice to meet you.
Aaliyah, you said all of these were adults. She looks like she's like 16, 17. Like, you look like you could go to school with me, bro.
I'm 25.
Are you in a relationship or
I
engaged?
am in a relationship.
Oh, okay. How long have you been in the relationship?
3 years.
What's your guys' 5-year plan?
Really just like traveling and like having a place that we can like.
Do you guys currently travel a lot?
I'm traveling a lot. He doesn't really travel as much.
So you've been out of college for 4 years?
Yeah, and then I went back to school in 2022.
Okay. Was it like what's it called?
Grad school.
Grad school, yeah.
No, I went and got another bachelor's.
Another bachelor?
Yeah.
This girl does not live with her parents. Nuh-uh.
What would you do with $1,000? Like if I handed it to you right now, what would you spend it on? Travel?
Probably.
Where would you go?
Well, I just booked a trip to Spain in September with my friends.
Based off of what you just told me, you live with your parents.
You were correct. I do live at home. But as of like 4 months ago, I just moved back home.
Wait, what happened 4 months ago?
So I was living with my boyfriend for 2 years. We lived together.
How come you guys?
Because we wanted to save.
Okay, so he went back.
Yeah, so he went back to his parents'
Smart.
house and I went back to mine. And so we like obviously are still together. We have a dog together. We just are focused on like saving.
That's so freaking smart.
I am gonna bring your father in. We can hear his side of the story.
Yes.
Like, bring him in. Oh, God.
Are you super happy that she moved back home?
Yes.
Oh.
It's not a burden at
They
all.
charge me rent, so I do pay rent. Like living
Okay,
at home.
just not like
$2,000.
Would you be okay with her boyfriend moving in with you guys?
That would be up for consultation with my wife.
If it was all based on you, how would you feel about that?
I think he would be fine with it. He would say
You?
yes.
Really?
He would say yes. I think it would be fine.
At some point, I would say yes, as long as we had a bigger house.
Yeah.
And it was a separate, residence almost. I mean, that's
Do you
fine.
like the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to
Nice to meet you too.
Raise your hand if Emily guessed you right.
I got half.
Yeah.
Wow. Not too fucking shabby. Holy crap.
3!
You had some opinions
Yes.
on those who live with their parents.
Because personally, me, I would not want to live with my parents past when I'm 18. Not that I don't love my mom. I love my mom more than anything, but I don't know. I just crave independence.
Good job, everybody.